we've got a huge superstar. You know him from songs such as these. Okay, you know him from huge songs. Trust me. The machines won't play because they know it's kind of tremendous. It's true. All the way from the US of A. Please welcome Jidenna. Chief,
Yo,
how you doing?
VP.
Poor sana bari yako.
What's up?
No, I should say like they're doing Lagos. So how you
How
doing?
you did? I did.
You do.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Nairobi.
Yo, thank you, man. It's been amazing, yo. I didn't know the reception would be like this, to be honest.
Nairobi loves you, man.
Now I know.
It's crazy.
You
I
know-
mean, you've been getting so much love since you've gotten here.
Yo, it's almost like going to Nigeria.
Really?
Like it feels like I'm coming home, man.
Let me just get this out of the way real quick.
Yeah.
How come your tailor is always on time? Because African tailors never deliver on time.
It's because it's not just one. That's why.
Oh.
I have people, Senegalese tailors, Liberian tailors, South African tailors, Nigerian tailors. And
That
now
is-
I have somebody here.
That is a secret, though.
Yeah,
because
that is.
every time
you can't rely on one now.
if you have a wedding to go to or a big deal event, and then the day before they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's not ready."
Yeah, it won't work. It won't work.
But you've got a great sense of style. I've got to say that.
Thank you, man. I like this shirt, man.
Thank you very much. This is from a Kenyan designer. It's
How
called
long did
GJ
it take
Mavazi.
you to think about what you're gonna wear on your last show?
So, because I don't have a sense of style, I just trust what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And he didn't disappoint.
No,
He didn't disappoint. Is that a lot of pressure though? Because you're the classic man. So everything you wear, people are like, is that good enough for a classic man?
No, I'm not really worried about it, honestly. It's like a uniform for me, like a jersey, a kit that a football team would wear. I just pick the colors, you know. Once you have certain forms in your wardrobe, it's not a big deal. I feel like other people have more pressure on them.
Really?
Yeah, that's why they're working, trying to mix and match. It's not hard for me.
I doubt that very much. Maybe you're just trying to understate it. But
I mean,
it
it's
must
like,
be-
is a football player's, is it hard for a football player to dress?
which
Not
football?
so
The
much.
American
Oh, no,
football
I'm
or
not,
the
I'm not in
proper
America,
football?
so I don't use inches or soccer, no. Yeah, so it's not hard for that guy or that girl to dress, you know. So that's how I feel.
We must tell everybody you're performing in Nairobi at the formal party tomorrow.
Yeah,
Will it be great?
yeah, I hope so. I hope that people really have FOMO if they don't go. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's great, man. The party, you know, I know that it's a great lineup. It's hopefully it'll be as good as this show, because Southeast Soul, you got everybody coming through to say
they're so
this is
awesome.
like, I wish everybody was coming with me tomorrow.
They're all going to come out. You're on the trend,
Yeah.
so everybody's watching you.
Yeah, it's
No
crazy.
pressure. Your first time performing in Kenya.
Yeah.
So, and people love you, obviously, as we've seen all the love on social media. So there's a lot of anticipation.
Yeah. I mean, you know, one thing I want to do while I'm here is make sure that I get out, and not just the nightlife, not just the show, but just actually just be in the street. I have disguises that I put on sometimes, so I can actually understand the city. Like I did it in Joburg. I've done it in London. I want to do it here.
What did you do? Do you have a big hat?
I can't tell you now. If I tell you, then it won't be a disguise anymore.
Come on.
But the good thing about wearing only a couple outfits or styles
Yeah.
is everybody expects you in that. So when you wear something else, you know.
What is it, like a full
Nobody sees
agbada?
Well, now people have seen me in that, so
Ah.
I'm impressed, man. You've been to Lagos before?
I love Lagos, and I'm speaking at an event in Lagos next month.
Wow.
I really love it. There's a certain energy to Lagos, which is just really awesome.
Immediate, as soon
Yeah.
as you get off the plane, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is, as soon as you get off the plane, a lot of things hit you. One, there's a whole lot of people
know-
in Lagos.
Out here, the one thing I've noticed in Nairobi, and looking at Nairobi, comparing it to other cities I've been in Africa, the one thing that is the same, except in South Africa, from my experience, is that the driving is more similar across the continent,
Right.
in the cities. It's like when I tell Americans, like, it's an organized confusion. It's really jungle rules that you have to live by, and the swerving and everything. If you want to mess up African cities, very easy. Just fly in 100 Americans, put them on the road, and tell them to try to drive.
And
They
they'll
won't,
be
be,
like-
they won't be able to do. It'll be mayhem by the end of the day. Like the whole city will be done.
We like a bit of excitement with our day. So
Yeah.
when you leave your house and you're driving, you need for it to be an adventure, you know?
Yeah.
Will the next guy stop at the light? We don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah. No, I mean, I like it. I like it this way, honestly. I don't like places that follow the rules all the time, you know, and have the lines and dotted. You know, I like a little bit of this, the way it is here.
So were you like an unruly kid growing up, or were you the kind of guy who did the assignments on time, everything in order?
I did both. You know, I was the kind of guy who, I did my homework assignments as soon as I got home.
Right.
But very fast, so I could get outside and play all night. So it's always a little bit of both.
Interesting. Did you always want to do music, or did you think maybe I could be a scientist or a banker or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I could do that, but since I was 10, this is what I wanted to do. And so it was just a matter of how I could pretend that I wanted to be a banker, a lawyer, engineer, or a doctor, so that I could get through my father, you know, and my family.
Oh, you have a typical African father?
Yeah, like everybody. And typical immigrant father to
Yeah.
another country. Because, you know, he doesn't want, you know, my father drove a taxi for a while he was in school. And of course, he didn't want me to do that, you know. And he definitely wanted me to be an engineer and said there was no money in music. But, you know, I found some.
Look at you. You're performing in Nairobi.
Yeah.
But I don't know if our audience understands this, but immigrant families, and especially immigrant parents, put a lot more pressure on their kids to outperform where they are, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's a necessity, just survival rules, you know. So I have a story similar to everybody in that way.
Great. What do you think about when you're writing your music? Will this be a big hit, or am I expressing myself? What is that process?
I don't really think much when I'm writing, honestly. All the thinking is done outside of the studio. So by the time I get to the studio, I have notes of whatever it was I was inspired by in the day. And after that, the more you think, the worse you do. I overthink in general. I was talking with Kendrick Lamar about this, actually on the set of a video we made. And he said that was his, you know, one of his challenges was overthinking. So for me, it's like, you know, I got to do what I can do to stop thinking. So there's different types of, you know, inspiration, herbal and spiritual and inspiration that we get. And then we just get in.
So no overthinking, otherwise you have analysis paralysis. Is that line right?
You can't edit while you create, you know, you can't do that.
Okay, people should know more about that. That's interesting. Before you go, I want to look through some of the Twitters right now, because Twitter is big in Kenya. People are always looking at the Twitter.
Yes.
People are always tweeting all sorts of things. Kenyans are ridiculous. We get into fights, by the way, with Nigerians on Twitter, and we beat them.
I think everybody gets into fights with Nigerians.
But we're only a quarter of the population of Nigeria.
Yeah.
But straight up, we do better. We basically just wipe the floor with them.
Uh-oh. I don't know. We're starting now, huh? Okay, the Niger boy has to enter the conversation then, huh?
You just call me and saying...
No, let's look at the comments, though.
Hang on, you can do a good Nigerian accent, though.
I mean, why wouldn't I be able to? I like doing the old man, though, because we talk different, because if you're in the city, you know, in Lagos, you can find somebody who actually has never been to London, but speaks with a slightly British accent.
Oh, really?
Slightly American accent. And then Pidgin, of course. So it's all mixed together. But the old men are always the funnest.
Like how?
Well, I'll tell you something because it's your last show.
All right.
This is what my father always told me. He said, "Hey, I see you kids running around taking pictures of yourself, thinking you'll be remembered by your Instagram. But you can't be remembered that way. The only way you're remembered is if you are the first, the best, or the last. Because nobody remembers anybody in between. So since it's your last show, my friend, you will be remembered here." So those are the things that he say. The kind of thing.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Your old man Nigerian accent is on point.
Yeah, man.
Very good.
Hey, they talk a lot of proverbs and parables, so
really?
I had to listen a lot in my life.
Before I look at the Twitters, did that, having a mixed background, you are Nigerian with Nigerian parents growing up in the US, how did that affect your identity?
Well, the first day in school in America, I was teased, you know, when I say EFG, HIJK, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So very early on in America, at least in my generation, it wasn't cool to be African. And so a lot of us got rid of or shortened our names, you know, or go by a middle name, or hopefully our parents gave us a British name. That's what we'd hope when you're a kid. As we're growing up, now we fought so hard to really embrace our identity as kids. And luckily now that we're adults, it's oddly enough cool to be African in places like America where previously for hundreds of years, dating back to the first Africans that came, it was never cool, you know. So it's a blessing to see that evolution.
So is Jidenna like a Nigerian name?
Jidenna is my first name, yeah. It's Igbo name. It means embracing the Father, to hold the Father.
Right. How do you pronounce it in Igbo?
Jidenna.
Jidenna.
Jide.
Jide. Jidenna.
Yeah, Jide is to hold. Nna means father.
Ah, do you speak Igbo?
I speak a little bit, but
Great.
not as much. I'm going to take a class this year, though.
Oh, fantastic. Let's now look at the Twitters.
Yeah.
What's on Twitter, Kristen? Kristen Meme is looking through all of those. Kristen, what are they saying?
Yes, they're loving him.
Of
The
course
first
they
one
love
here, Harriet Sanjiro is saying,
Look at that.
Jidenna, cue happy dance. Yay. So excited.
I told you they're crazy.
Moving on, Kevin saying,
that's a man, by
Jidenna's
the way.
beard
Oh my
got
God.
Larry-like. Larry, are you jealous?
That's how
Larry
your
like-
beard. When my beard grows up, it
Yeah.
wants to be like your beard.
Yeah, I guess like this.
It's got a few
Someday.
years to get there.
Someday. Did you hear about the Guinness Book of World Records? I don't know what the event was
Yesterday, it's called
Yeah.
Gnocchi Pro, like shave like a
called.
pro.
Yeah, shave like a pro.
And I think they broke the world record.
I think they did 3,000. They're confirming it. But
Amazing.
3,000.
That happened in Nairobi.
Yeah.
And Shafi Weru is coming to talk
Yeah.
about that a little later on the
Yeah,
show.
yeah, we were talking about it yesterday
Awesome.
before he did it. I thought he was gonna shave his whole beard.
That's what I was just asking him. Like, I thought you were going to shave completely, but
Yeah.
he just did a cut.
It was smart. He had that in his. I know he's a clever guy, man. So
He's
I'm
like, it's his identity. If he
Yeah.
were to cut it off.
Yeah, no, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I can't do
Would you cut yours off?
No, not for that. Not for my name. That's not the kind of record. That's not how I'm going out, man. I'm not trying to be remembered there, man. But congratulations to all the guys that did that, man. I'm not doing that.
All right. Okay, Christine, what else is out there?
Yes, Wanjiro Kanye saying, Jidenna, you're amazing. I can't believe you're here.
Yeah.
Timothy Kilonzo saying, oh my God, Jidenna is around. Karibu.
Karibu means
Yeah.
welcome. You
Welcome.
know this? Look, no, go back to that one. The
That gif
the
was
memes, the
hilarious.
gifs.
Yes. All right, moving on. Njoki saying, now wow, Jidenna Nigerian. No wonder he defined fire. Yeah? I hope I said that right.
You can't do, no, Kristen, you didn't
I
do that
can't,
right.
no, I tried.
Put that up
I
on the screen
tried.
so he can read it. Yeah, let's see how he can, yes. How do you read that like in proper
No, I like
pidgin?
how she said it. I know how I respond. Ndewo. Thank you. Who's this, Njoki?
That's Njoki nice,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. The Niger,
Niger
Nigeria,
accent. Okay, all right. Kristen?
All right, Godfrey Rotich saying, this is why The Trend is the best show every Friday. I'm a big fan of Jidenna. I like his songs. Most definitely. Kevin saying, oh, I've already
Now you
gone
got
through
that,
this
that beard one was
Yes.
amazing, yes. Okay, is there something else?
Yes, Akilari, let's do the last show next Friday.
No,
please.
at the last show next Friday. No, this is it.
This is it?
This is it. No,
All right, let's
no
go
last
to the last one. Laura saying, cheza chini, I hope unaenda kuoa na usettle wache kuwa safari.
Wacha nini na mimi ni
Larry.
prosper. Ni nini na nyinyi si mcheze chini. Sorry, just I don't. Never mind them. Never mind them. They love you. Summary. They love you.
No, it's great, man. Like I'll be back many times.
You must. A lot of people want to get into music. What have you learned in this business, or what's your word of advice for people that want to do this?
When I moved to New York, there was a subway that I had to take to work every day. And when you first get to New York, you're like a little ant. You're just crawling around. There's a million people. Like
Yeah.
it's like Lagos. So you go there, you get on the subway, but sometimes an old lady will pass by you, and you let her go, but the doors will close in your face, and you won't make it to work. That's your first week. By 4 weeks, 8 weeks, when an old lady is crossing, you run right in front of her. And even if you knock her down, because you can't lose your job. 'Cause if you lose your job, you lose your house. If you lose your house, you lose everything that you came to New York with a dream,
Right.
to dream of whatever you thought, whatever you imagined. You lose all that in 1 second. So when it comes to music, I'm completely willing to do the same. And that's the thing. Sometimes you have to sacrifice some of your ethics, your morals, everything. And maybe that's the Nigerian in me. You have certain. We're willing to do things for
Yeah.
excellence and to push forward. At least you have that mentality. It was like I remember Will Smith said this. He said, the only difference between me and another actor is that I'm willing to die on a treadmill.
Right.
He said that, and that's, to me, that kind of attitude is how you break it in any industry.
Okay, it's solid advice. Final thing, you live in America right now. As a black man, it seems to the rest of us that watch this from outside, we're like, wow, what is happening over there? It's so crazy, right? with everything. I don't know how do you process this for people who don't live in America but read all the news coming out of the US?
Are you referring to what? Trump
Donald
or the police
Black
brutality?
Lives
Just
Matter, everything.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's a lot of this has been happening for hundreds of years since the first Africans came to America. So they just didn't have smartphones. So that's the only difference now. It's still going. It'll unfortunately continue for a while, I believe. It's funny. When I was driving to the studio today, I was feeling how like I never had to look behind for sirens or police that are chasing me.
Right.
And I don't have that feeling in America. Every city I go, when the siren comes, I think they're coming for me. That's what it's like. You know, you do nothing wrong, but you feel like a criminal. And criminal.
And even for you as a successful man?
Oh yeah. It doesn't matter. I mean, Jay-Z just put out a song. I won't quote it because we're live now because it uses a certain word that's controversial. But you're still N-word. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how you feel. But it's wild. But the tables will turn, man. Everybody has their dark ages, but it'll switch up now. And I think that the most important thing for Black Americans is to make sure that the connection with Africa in terms of the economy, culture, all that is there. When we build this bridge between the continent and the entire African diaspora, everything will change. That's it. So we can't just go out here just marching and protesting without understanding the long-term strategies, which I think that value is important.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
boss.
boss.
Really appreciate it.
Congratulations on your last day.
Thank you so much. I don't know what I'll do next, but
yeah.
I had you come on the show. I don't think it would be fair to do the show after that. Yeah. We can't stop it. we can't get President Obama on, so hey, that's it. Well, I'm told we have one more tweet, sorry.
Oh.
Yes, Kristen, what is that?
No, it's this really funny one. Venye na watch Larry siku ya mwisho. This guy.
That's how they're watching me on my final day.
Oh my God. Oh my. Wow.
Seriously, people have so much time on their hands.
That's true.
Watch Jidenna at a formal party tomorrow. We've got all the details on our social media. The ads have been running on NTV. You can't miss it because it's going to be awesome.